My friends, I am so warm with the excitement that I'm seeing every single day, even though I am freezing my cojones off here in New York City. It is 37 degrees, but feels like 19. And when you're on the west side in the Hudson Rivers there, and there, you can turn a corner, and I mean, it is like in a flash freezer. Ladies and gentlemen, hello everybody. Couple of things. First, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you are subscribed here to Lionel Nation. This is critical. 87%. When I heard this, I thought, no, come on. 87%. 87% of those individuals who are watching us never are not subscribed. It's like what? It is bizarre. So make sure you are subscribed, number one. Number two, make sure, and this is critical, make sure that you have exactly everything you need to know regarding signing up for the newsletter. I'm putting out some of the most interesting stuff. Here's one on Smith-Mundt. One of you fellers said, hey, Obama repealed Smith-Mundt. No, he didn't. What? America is involved in propaganda, but he didn't repeal it. It was a Smith-Mundt modernization. They stuck it into another bill, the ND kind of an appropriations bill, and basically, in essence, not repealed it, but fixed it. I do a thorough review of that. So please make sure you subscribe. I have the link to the newsletter, both on X, pinned, and also at the top of this in the comment section. Make sure you are subscribed. Tomorrow I got a great one on this bathroom, this lunacy, this lavatory lubriciousness that is going on over there. So we're going to be talking about that. So much to discuss. Oh my God. And don't forget a lot of things. But first and foremost, my friends, this is very, very important. Very, 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 very important. Again, as I tell you, and as I explain to you, one of the things you must understand is that when I tell you to pay attention, you pay attention. Like now. Don't eat breakfast until you learn about caloric bypass. Your breakfast is setting you up for the entire day to either gain weight or lose it. And the term breakfast literally means to break your fast that you started the night before. So listen, about 4 hours after you eat dinner, your body switches from the nutrients we get from food to the stored glycogen we have in our bodies. Once glycogen stores are depleted, typically after 8 to 12 hours of fasting, the body shifts to burning fat for energy. Fatty acids are released from fat stores where they are converted into ketone bodies through a process called ketogenesis. Then, when you eat breakfast in the morning, the body starts the cycle again. This is where the caloric bypass comes into play. Dr. Gundry, a heart surgeon in California, learned that if you break your nightly fast with something called MCTs or medium chain triglycerides, you can actually keep burning fat throughout the day and use it for energy. But there are specific types of foods that contain these MCTs. Now, using this breakfast breakthrough, he has been able to lose 70 pounds just through diet, and he did this in his 60s. And you can find out all about it and his exact method by going to thehealthyfat.com/Lionel. That's thehealthyfat.com/Lionel, or click on the link in the description box below. It's important to remember that everyone's body processes fat differently, and it all depends on your unique metabolic type, which is why in the video he released for my special viewers like you, he talks all about it. It really is quite fascinating and might change the way you think about health. Go to thehealthyfat.com/Lionel or click on the link in the description box below. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so glad you are here, and I'm so happy to be here. And I want to thank you for spending time with us this eve, and make sure you sign up for that newsletter. Oh my God, the Smith-Mundt Act. Have you been? Are you aware of the subject matter? Have you been paying attention to this? Oh my God, It is literally, and I say that term literally correctly, but I'm saying it is literally without peer in terms of, hang on a second, where in the hell are these great? I want to show you a couple of these buttes, these wonderful stories. Smith-Mundt, hydrology. I'm going to be doing one on geoengineering, and it's just so, just can't say it enough. Because remember one thing, if you want to be a part of the show, if you want to be a part of who you are and who we are, you have to make sure you understand, my friends, what the rules are. You have to understand things, get it straight, and always make sure when you talk to people, when you deal with people, you speak to them very kindly. You don't ever talk down to them. Don't ever make people seem stupid. Like, you don't know about the Smith-Mundt Act. I hate that. Look at this. MAGA Congress must repeal Obama's Smith-Mundt Modernization Act. Also, today, surveillance nation, how Big Brother became big business. Geofencing. You've got to listen. How about Trump? That's not it. I don't want that one. Let me get rid of that one. Here we go. Is Pete Hegseth Kavanaugh? Oh, this is a beaut. How about lost in translation? Democrats struggle with identity and ideology. Water wars, hydro-imperialism, and why they really offed Gaddafi. SCOTUS puts spotlight on protecting America's youth from radical gender lunacy. MK Ultra, a brutal legacy of brutality and exploitation. Daniel Penny's trial, a stark reflection of justice and politics in Alvin Bragg's New York. No fifth for Hunter, ? The impact of his pardon on compelled testimony. Can a president pardon himself? I mean, it's just absolutely without peer. It is, how in the world do you do this? Biden pardons Hunter after he swore he wouldn't. Incredible. So I just want you to make sure you are aware of this, my friends. Sign up. It's good stuff. Good stuff for you. All right. Now, first, let us, if we could, do a couple of contrasts. This is Sergei Lavrov, and here he is speaking with Tucker Carlson.
We would like to have normal relations with all our neighbors, of course, but generally with all countries on earth, especially with the great country like the United States. President Putin repeatedly expressed his respect for the American people, for the American history, for the American achievements in the world, and we don't see any reason why Russia and the United States cannot cooperate for the sake of the universe.
Isn't that something? The style, the panache, the elegance of this man. Absolutely without peer. And whom do we have as our prez? That guy.
President, I'm coming back to ride on the train all the way from end to end. As they say, when we on the Senate floor of the United States Senate, excuse a point of personal privilege. I've ridden an awful lot on trains. I commute every day 212 miles a day on Amtrak from Washington to my hometown of Wilmington, Delaware as a senator. And so I like trains a lot. So I'm coming back. You're stuck with me.
This is, how embarrassed are you? How embarrassed are you? This is your president. This is horrible. It is beyond horrible. Are you not disgusted? Are you not, oh my God, are you not in any way just disgusted by this? It's embarrassing. Embarrassing. And the latest, suspect seen casually strolling through New York City subway station 30 minutes before executing United Healthcare CEO. They've got pictures of him. They got the guns and what he did. They can't find the guy. This guy's walking around, going up to CCTV. How are you? Showing his face in the mic. Hey, look at me. Here I am. Standing there with a combat stance. With the suppressor. They can't find him. Cameras everywhere. It's kind of like October the 7th, isn't it? Isn't it something? Israel and Mossad. Cameras. We know everything. We got everybody's phone. We got everybody's phone number. We know you fart, and we know when. We know what you had for lunch. We know everything except the biggest planned operation that took 2 years to plan with mock cities. That we didn't know. It's incredible, ladies and gentlemen. Spandex says Bedpan Biden is riding that train on Hunter's cocaine. Casey Jones riding that train. El Chingong. Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much, my friend. Oh my God. Isn't it? Now, I want to tell you something. I am an absolute weak, base, horrible person. I'm terrible. I'm telling you right now, I'm terrible. I am terrible. Why am I terrible? Because sometimes there are people that I hear when they start to speak, I go crazy. I immediately say, I can't stand this person, or I don't like this person, or I'm getting kind of sick. There are people who I swear to God watch some of these videos of which I love. Some of the police videos, and there is we used to call it ebonics, but there is a patois, a delivery that is completely and totally indecipherable, bruh. Come on, bruh. I mean, but not only that, but is indecipherable. And when I hear this, I just turn off. Because I hear either creepy, idiot, whatever. There are people sometimes that I meet and I know they are New Yorkers, and we're losing this particular accent. But they're really, hey, talk like this. Hey, how are you? This is the phony mob guy. Makes me sick. Linda Hazlitt says, meanwhile, people without help in North Carolina, and he's giving money to Africa. Oh, yes. Absolutely, Linda. But there are people, there's this group of people. My favorite are the gangster wannabes who are Jews. The Jimmy Kahn. Hey, you guys, hey, what are you doing? Bo Deedle, hey, why use, hey, you. Hey, I'm in a car. Irving, Abramowitz, hey. They're the gangster wannabes. Southern affectation. Then there's another one too. You'll hear them. It's an uptown New York kind of, I don't want to say Latinx, but and by the way, it doesn't mean people who sound like that, but it's this affected one. I can't, real rednecky, So sometimes I'm sorry. It's me. I blame me. I should be a better person. I can't listen to them. And this one, I swear to you, it's me. There's something wrong with me. I can't listen to this guy. I can't listen. See this guy right here? Actually related to Bruno Sammartino. He denies it. The globalists have come home to steal in North Carolina. Remember that name. Now listen to this carefully. You ready for this? This is the counsel for the case, for the Supreme Court case. And I'm sorry. I'm telling you right now, I don't know if I can listen to this. I'm sorry. It's me. There's something wrong with me. Maybe you can take this, but something happens when I hear this. I don't know why. And I'm telling you right now, I plead guilty. It's me.
Nobody has to provide this medication to adolescents. These are not doctors being forced to provide this medication. These are doctors who are wanting to treat their patients in the best way that they know how, based on the best available evidence to us. And these are young people who may have known since they were 2 years old exactly who they are, who suffered for 6, 7 years before they had any relief. And what's happening here, it's not the kids who are consenting to this treatment, it's the parents who are consenting to the treatment. And as a parent, I would say, when our children are suffering, we are suffering. And these are parents who love their children, who are listening to the advice of their doctors, of the mainstream medical community, and doing what's right for their kids. And the state of Tennessee has displaced their judgment.
I'm sorry. I can't. I'm sorry. I just, okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's me. Pilgrim Media. How did they sound at the Raven Eye Social Club? By the way, Raven Eye now is I think it's like a bridal store. It's so sad. This is nuts. Now, also, this is interesting. This is something interesting. This is a trans man. This is a woman, a man who was born as a woman, and I guess he got his mustache, but he wants to be wants to be. It is a man. But, and listen, this person in the United States of America can absolutely have right freedom to do whatever you want. There's just this kind of that voice. It's me. It's me. What is it? Do you know a woman who sounds like that? Do you know anybody? It's not that. It's like, what is this? I've got a friend of mine, 40, almost 40, wait a minute. Almost 40 years I've known. Gay. I always kid him, I said, really gay. What does that mean? And when we sit there and I say, what? Please explain that. You don't sound like that. What is this? But he's not gay. See, this is the I don't understand. This man's not gay. It's a gay. He's a woman. I mean, he's a man. He's a man who I guess wants to be with women. I don't understand. And you know what? Here's the thing. Oh no, I'm done with it. I'm done with the whole thing. I'm serious. I'm just, the whole. I don't have to deal with it. I've made a blanket statement before. Everybody has a right to do it. Leave kids alone. That's it. I don't care if you're dressed like a cactus. It doesn't matter. Spandex says, who is the bag man for bedpans worldwide cash collection tour? Well, he'll be partying himself soon. I guess we'll see about that. And by the way, remember 1 month ago today? 1 month ago. Anybody remember what was 1 month ago today? Do you remember this? What was 1 month? What is 1 month away? What am I trying to say? What is 1 month? What was 1 month ago? That thing. Come on. That's right. As our good friends downtown would say in Chinatown, the erection. Ladies and gentlemen, memory lane.
In Wisconsin.
Yes, we can.
NBC News projecting that Wisconsin was won by Donald Trump, and therefore, as you see on your screen, we are now projecting that the next president of the United States is Donald Trump.
He will reclaim the White House. The 45th president of the United States will become the 47th president of the United States.
CBS News now projects that Donald Trump is the winner in Wisconsin. That gives him the number of electoral votes he needs to become the 47th president of the United States. This is an incredible moment in American history.
It is now official. CNN projects that Donald Trump has been elected president, defeating Vice President Kamala Harris and making a political comeback unlike any in modern American politics.
The Fox News decision desk can now officially project that Donald Trump will become the 47th president of the United States.
The former president's comeback will be complete with a win in Wisconsin, a state that he narrowly lost 4 years ago. He is now the second president in U.S. history to win non-consecutive terms. The first was Grover Cleveland in the late 1800s. Senator J.D. Vance will become the 50th vice president of the United States.
J.D. Vance. The guy, Mr. Vance, comes here. This is the guy, J.D. Vance was hillbilly, Congo redneck, the hillbilly guy, I don't know. En el que mala, yo no sé. Que se la mama. Te jodiste. Gone. Ladies and gentlemen, Kim Hall says there are more deaf people in America than transgenders. So that being the case, when everyone learns sign language, then we can learn personal pronouns. You know what, Kim? You are a genius. You are absolutely. Where is JD? Even KWC says, what the hell's going on here? What's going on with it? What is going on? Jack Henry says laser. I don't know what that means. Jack just does that. He'll just write things. He'll just say things. Laser. Just laser. That's it. No, nobody knows what it means. But that's just the way he is. That's just the way he is. And I think as Bruce Hornsby says, that's just the way it is. Oh my God. Now, let's talk about some other things too. Crypto says, erected 2024. Indeed, sir. Oh, Mrs. L tomorrow. Look at this. Happy Love says, yep, Mrs. L. They're calling for you. We're going to be doing it again. Ventilation Friday. 20 days en viernes. No me diga, chico. JD is working the Congress and Senate to get everybody through. Gloria, he has to be at least, you have to just see him. I'm not saying he's not working, but why hasn't he been? Hell, I've seen more of Heggs. How many of you know that Heggs is gone, right? Pete? Te jodiste. Te se la mama. He's gone, right? You do know that, right? You do know that? I mean, he's not, it's like, come on, please, stop it. Okay. I want you to listen who's making so much sense now. Something very odd happening. Listen to this.
I think it's undeniable that the case against Hunter Biden was really politically motivated.
Remember when his stroke was so bad, he couldn't say, remember he started with this, I'm sorry, or something. He like his first speech, he had to have a special device or something because he had some kind of aphasia or ataxia or some type of neurological disability that didn't allow him to even read. Remember this? It was incredible. I mean, he made Biden look like John Gielgud. Now he's fine.
But I also think it's true that the trial in New York for Trump, that was political as well too. Now it's that, and in both cases, I think a pardon is appropriate, and I really think collectively.
Oh, I have a lot to say about this. By the way, he's talking to that bag, Joy Behar.
America's confidence in these kinds of institutions have been damaged by these kinds of cases. And we cannot allow these kinds of institutions to be weaponized.
I don't know who was affected by Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden's got away with murder for years, and he gets some piddly little tax case and a gun case. I think he got off fine. I don't know what all that he is talking
against
about.
Our political opponents, and it's very clear both trials were politically motivated and weaponized. That on the other side.
They'll say that about the J6 people too, though, right?
It was. Absolutely. This woman is so effing stupid. She gives stupid colors. She gives stupidity a vibrancy. She illuminates. She inhabits stupidity at levels never before thought possible. She is the quintessential stupid dingbat. This old, haggard, withered, desiccated broad. This termagant. This virago. This absolute. This vile harridan. This shrew. This harpy. Oh my God. I would rather cut my frenulum with a rusty razor blade and gargle isopropyl alcohol than listen to her. But I have to for this particular segment.
That's what they're going to say on the other side. That's what they're going to say on the other side. That's what they're going to say on the other side. I'm going with razor blade. I'm miserable. I'm so old I fart dust. I smell like an old dictionary. I smell like a catcher's mitt. I smell like liniment and prune juice. I'm Joy Behar. What happens when cousins marry? I'm almost like got an inbred freak. I'm Joy Behar. That is weaponized also.
I'm not referring to that. I'm talking about the New York trial. And now the Democrats on our side there were some that were gleeful calling it like, now he's a convicted felon and those.
He's not a convicted felon. You know that because there's never been any formal adjudication of guilt, nothing.
Things. And now for our party, we were talking about criminal justice and we are now talking about second chances. And now all of a sudden now you're like, well, he's a convicted felon and all these.
Okay, let's talk about this. A couple of things here. First of all, look at this. Donna, by the way, says mothballs. You ever smell mothballs? Who held the wings? But anyway, she is 80 years old. She has shoes at her 80 years old. She has shoes. She is carbon dated. But she doesn't. Listen, Mick Jagger's 80 years old. Keith Richards, they're cool. Not this one. She's been like this. She's been a harridan her whole life. Crypto says, why does this dose of diaper bag always ring of a psyop? Interesting. I think your messages are psyopian in many respects. Now, first of all, was the Biden prosecution political? Was the Trump political? Do you know how many people? Do you think the Harvey Weinstein prosecution is political? Do you think that John Gotti was political? Do you think that the Diddy prosecution is? By the way, Diddy, remember him? Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot all about him. Do you think so? Of course they were. Politics and prosecutions are indeed political. Where have these schmucks been? Joy Behar. Oh my God. She makes me want to retch. One time I was at what was it? I think it's a Smith. I was on Broadway up there by across from Lincoln Center Store. I think it's the Smith, whatever. Anyway, I walked in, there she was, and her eyes crossed. And I just looked at her and I felt my soul die. It's like seeing something so horrible for the first time. Then the neighborhood I went into one time, I turned the corner, this little bar up the street. I walked in, and who's in the back? Rosie O'Donnell. Though Rosie O'Donnell said some very interesting things about Building 7. That she did. That, to her credit, at least she did that. I despise these people. Now, ladies and gentlemen, first, before I forget, I told you the other day about something. I told you. Did you hear about the tsunami heading towards California? You don't think that's prepared, do you? You don't think that's exacerbated, do you? You don't think anybody could possibly take Tesla waves and direct them towards some tectonic plate? You goddamn right you can do this. Come on, man. Now listen, I told you. I said that my Patriot Supply people, they have these things they change. Right now, this is the special, the 4-week food kit. All righty? Big enough for any crisis, plus 6 free bonuses when you order it today. Fuel designed for disaster. Power up with over 2,000 calories every day for 28 days. Fortified for survival mode. An excellent source of 12 essential vitamins, minerals. Nutrition is the key in a crisis. Get it and forget it. Keep it stored for up to 25 years. Buy food boredom. You can choose from 16 food and drink varieties, not the same old. Rugged protection, sealed inside heavy-duty 4-layer pouches in water-resistant buckets. Trusted quality. This is right now. It is the deal of deals. Free, lightning fast shipping and handling. Go there right now, my friends, to preparewithlionel.com. Do what I say. Preparewithlionel.com. I'm not going to ever forget this great man, My Pillow, been with us since again. He's still there. Mike Lindell, selling the most comfortable and beauteous means and modalities of luxuriation ever imagined by the genius of humankind. Mike Lindell, mypillow.com, promo code Lionel. All right, my friends. Let's talk about some other neat stuff, shall we? Some other neat stuff, okay? How about this one? Don't you love when people like to change the subject and they want to show you that, hey, don't you talk about 9/11. I was there, buddy. We were all there, technically speaking. But I love this. It's a great way to change this subject when they've got your you-know-what in a ringer. This is when you say, when you start going off like, I'm not going to talk to you because you've insulted me. You mean you're not going to answer the questions? Well, that too. Watch this incredible example of histrionics and theater.
Congressman, what you're not seeing is the sack of the detail out of the picture's view. And that is the day where we remember the more than 3,000 people that have died on 9/11. I actually responded to Ground Zero. I was there going through the ashes of the World Trade Center. Mm-hmm. I was there at Fresh Kills.
I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you,
Congressman.
were you the special agent in charge?
To show respect for a Secret Service member that died on 9/11.
Oh, that you're trying to be.
Do not invoke 9/11 for political purposes.
Oh, I'm not. I'm invoking this.
You are, sir.
Gentlemen,
and you are out of line.
I would like to ask him a question, please.
You are out of line, Congressman.
Don't try to bully me.
You can't handle the truth.
I'm an elected member of Congress, and I'm asking you a serious question, and you are playing politics.
I am a public servant who has served this nation, and
Absolutely.
you won't answer the question on our country's darkest day.
Committee will
come to order.
Committee will come to order. I'm asking you serious questions for the American people, and they're very simple. They're not trick questions. Were you the special agent in charge that day?
No, I wasn't. I was there representing the United States Secret Service, sir.
Mr. Fallon, your time's
expired. Did not affect protective operations.
You know why you were there? Because you wanted to be visible, because you are auditioning for this job.
I was there to pay respect for a fallen member of this agency.
You endangered President
out of line, Congressman.
Vice President Harris's life because you put those agents out of position.
Mr.
Did you have a radio with you?
Mr. Fallon, your time has expired.
No, I did, sir, and you are out of line.
Mr. Chairman.
Now, that's how we do it in this country. And how do those savage Ruskies talk?
We would like to have normal relations with all our neighbors, of course, but generally with all countries or not, especially with the great country like the United States. President Putin repeatedly expressed his respect for the American people, for the American history, for the American achievements in the world, and we don't see any.
But between you and me, I'm getting a little tired of YMCA. And how about the motorcycle dude who finally got his rights back? Who says, "Hey, what is with this suggesting that this is a gay song? I'm going to sue anybody who suggests this is a gay song." What? You're going to tell me next what? Raining Men is not either? I mean, what? And by the way, if it is, what's wrong with that? Right? He wants to, you notice that how the Mr. Policeman wants to appear at the inaugural. Isn't that great? Isn't it grand? Nelson says, "Hola, Lionel. What's with all the drones floating around New Jersey? And I'll get your tickets for February 22nd, Saturday, to see Uncle Lenny." Thank you so much. Tickets are available. We're going to be at the Cutting Room February 22nd. It's just a great gifts, a great stocking stuffer, and no better way to say you love somebody than to bring them for a night of fun and frivolity. I have been hearing nothing but people talking repeatedly about the drones. Incredible. Phenomenal. Now, let me ask you this. This, I believe, was somebody with Pfizer. I don't know. Don't hold me to it. But listen to this question and ask yourself, would you do this?
Question about patient engagement, and you had touched on this before. All of these advances are amazing, but even if you make the greatest drug or the greatest wearable, there's no guarantee that the patient is going to take the drug, wear the device. So how are you thinking about technology to engage the patient?
Again, maybe I will use an example. I think it's fascinating what's happening in this field right now. I mean, FDA approved the first electronic pill, if I can call it like that. So it is basically biological chip that it is in the tablet. And once you take the tablet and dissolves into your stomach, sends a signal that you took the tablet.
It sends a signal. Once you take the tablet and you drink the tablet and you swallow the tablet, it sends a signal. Anybody want that signal? Anybody interested in that signal? Huh? Anybody? Would you do it? Would you take the tablet?
So imagine the applications of that, compliance. The insurance companies to know that the medicines that patients should take, they do.
We will make sure that the patients take the medicine because a radioactive beam will be emitted from their stomach. And we will know if you've taken the medication. And it will forever beep. Now you might ask the question, what are you talking about? What are you talking about in terms of this? Just shut up. And don't deny the science. Just take the pill that it gives off the beacon of health.
Take them. It is fascinating what happens in this field. But of course, there will be an initial cost that someone needs to invest.
Someone has to invest because when you take the pill, you will have a beacon, like a signal coming from your butt. And later when you don't try to poop it out because it won't work, because it dissolves. But we're going to eliminate the casing and it will now be in your bloodstream. So you will be like a beacon. Beep, beep, beep. How long? Don't worry. We're your friends. There's no reason for you to take it. Take it. And when they have those pills you can take that has a little camera as it goes through your alimentary canal. Alimentary, my dear Watson. On its way out to, being ejected. There it is. Out the door. Oh, those. Oh. For the first time, Bobby Kennedy the other day is talking about. Oh, did you see Joe Rogan says, and you're not going to believe this. Do you know that these ice creams? He was talking to Elon Musk. You know those drumsticks, those ice cream cones with the nuts on them. They're not ice cream. They don't melt. You can leave it out and they don't melt. We got to get to the bottom of that. Really? Oh yes, we have to get to the bottom of that. And there's Bobby Kennedy. We're going to get to the bottom of that. As he shows you him taking a turkey that's been blasted with, I don't know what, maybe not, maybe it's a natural turkey. And he's going to drop it into boiling cauldron of oil. Now, it's not going to be seed oil because we don't want seed oil, but they're going to take this turkey and boil it and saturate it with oil. So we're going to take this saturated fat, this butterball, this thing, and fry it and mix the oil and the skin and the lard or whatever it is together forever. And then you're going to eat it. But be careful about. But be careful of that drumstick, that ice cream sandwich. Oh no. But meat, saturated fat, LDL levels through the roof. Don't worry about that. That's different because we're on a paleo diet. Yeah. Mark Davis says, it cracks me up how the Russians are often portrayed as geopolitical geniuses riding roughshod over the West. Nevertheless, their country is shit, I guess. Do you know that? I do not know that. Do you know that, Mark Davis, attorney? I don't know that. I've known Russian people. I know some. They're very happy. Do you think that their country is, as you say, shit? Have you been there? Do you live there? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think you're being fair with this. I don't think so. I saw something today that was a housing community that I thought, oh my God, where is this? It looks incredible. The homes were beautiful. I mean, very modern. South Africa. What do I think of South Africa? I don't know. Don't you love the way we just think these things? But listen, Mark, you're entitled to think. You're an attorney. You think whatever you want. You can think whatever you want. I have a friend of mine who told me today she's going to Egypt. So why are you going to Egypt? She goes, I want to see the pyramids. Do you think you're gonna? Do you not believe they're there? Oh no, are you going to get up and look at the pyramids? You're going to look at them? Okay. I mean, God bless you. Do you really need to see them? Good for you. I'm not going to go see the pyramids. Pilgrim says, can we cancel YMCA shenanigans? Let's get to work. Between you and me, my friends, I'm a little tired of it. It's just, I mean, it's okay. But listen, if it makes people happy, it was just a week ago that we had the event. With all due respect, the one that I know you're going to hate me for saying this, but the Lee Greenwood song, God Bless the USA, anytime I hear a song over and over and over and over, when I was in high school, we were never in the, I never ate there. We always, I never ate at the cafeteria, but when I would walk through, we would hear Honky Tonk Woman by the Stones. And I think I'm a leader in a rock and roll band. I hated that song. When I hear that, when I hear the cowbell, just any song that is repetitious to the point of all of this is another story. Is absolutely the most. Let me ask you something. Speaking of which, in histories like this, I have friends of mine, some friends who went to high school, same high school I went, and they hated it. Others, they said it was the most important. They loved it to the end of, they loved it like you couldn't, and I'm thinking, I went there and I didn't, I mean, I liked parts of the time, the friend part, but I didn't hate it. Where was I? We were at the same place, and yet the different, it was one of the funniest things we ever did. I was at a high school where we had this rule that says you cannot leave the campus. You cannot leave the campus. When you're a senior, you get to leave one day, one time a month or one time a week or something, and you got to sign out and you got to sign back in. And it can only be for like an hour, and you can drive and you come back. Everybody left every day at like noon. Everybody went and the parking lot was empty. And I thought, do they not know this? I couldn't believe this. And we leave. And we come back, and it was great. We go out, and one day we went to the beach, and we came back. And I thought to myself, we weren't bad kids, but I thought, How do they not see all these people walking? It's like, where are they going? They're going to the parking lot. It's noon. Yeah, are they all? Is there something going on there? Hey, the cars are gone. Do you think they left? And then 2:00, here they come back again. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Certain things you don't really understand. You know what I mean? You don't get it. You don't get the thing in any event. Did you like high school? Did you enjoy high school? Did you enjoy high school? This is the most important. Did you find yourself having a wonderful? Look at this. I like this. Katie says, "What's tonight's topic?" By the way, can we help? Would you help? Would somebody help Katie, please? Would you tell Katie what tonight's topic is? Somebody, anybody? Katie, be right with you, hon. I like this. It's so nice. Is she sweet or what? What's tonight's topic? This is Katie. Can you help Katie? Anybody? Anybody want to weigh in? Anybody? Anybody want to weigh in? Anybody want to? Snarf McGrew says, no idea. Would you like me to? I just think that's funny. There's Katie. Katie, bless her heart. There you go. Is there anybody? Could somebody tell me what tonight's topic is? Anybody? Can anybody tell me something? I'm here we go. Weaving. Yoldi says weaving. I'm looking how you've got some nerves. I'm reading some of this stuff you folks read, and I don't even get it. I'm wondering, what is going on here? What are they talking about? You're talking about me. I'm in a great mood. A week ago today, we won. A week ago today, we won. I'm so happy at this. You have no idea. Nothing can affect me. Pete Hegseth, who cares? Matt Gaetz, have you seen Matt Gaetz, his poor Twitter? He's with his wife at some, I think she's got all the money, but they're at some resort. And he's like, I don't know what he's doing. It's like he's sad, like he's lonely. These pictures of him like staring at, looks like a nice place. I don't get it. Where's JD Vance? Where are all these people? Is Elon ever going to go back? Is Elon going to go back to Tesla anytime? Anybody see Vivek Ramaswamy? Anybody see him? He and Elon are going to be doing the Doge. Anybody see him? Anybody? How about that weirdo Seb Gorka? Huh? You like him, don't you? Because you people are sick. This guy, can you imagine him? I want to see Seb Gorka. By the way, look at Nelson A. Nelson A., this son of a gun, said gifted 5 Lionel Nation memberships. Only if you can figure out tonight's topic. How about Seb Gorka dealing with?
We would like to have normal relations with all our neighbors, of course, but
Lavrov will eat him alive. Seb Gorka is one of the, again, this isn't me, one of the biggest jerks ever. What is he doing? Listen, it's the president, he wants to run the show. That's okay. And you didn't get Ben Carson anything? Nothing? And there's only one African-American? Used to call them black folks, but there's one African-American? Only one? I think, was it HUD? That's it? And women, women he does okay. Maybe. I mean, I don't know if it matters. Did you see also the picture of, did you hear Barron speaking? Oh my God, he speaks. Did you hear this? That's what I say. Barron, what the hell's going on? Say something. He doesn't have to say anything at all. I didn't really remember Barbara, any of the Bush girls speaking when they were there. Did you remember Amy Carter speaking? No. Why does Barron have to say anything? Because he doesn't have a big mouth like Don and Eric. You know where Eric is? Eric's nowhere to be found. All we see is Lara. Yeah. And where's Kimberly Guilfoyle? Don't know. I want to know these things. Where's Kimberly Guilfoyle? Isn't Guilfoyle only airfoil? It sounds like she was the one who, she has the second longest engagement in American history next to Lauren Sanchez from Jeff Bezos, who, by the way, gave a tremendous thing where he says, I'm going to work with President Trump. These are the questions I want to know. And speaking of which, you see Meghan Markle? She shows up at this red. There's people are saying, "What are you doing there?" Harry is going to divorce her ass so fast it's done. Any word on Kate? I don't know. This is the topic. I'm throwing things out. Ladies and gentlemen, you always know that when things get tough, Mark Kalisha always says, "Who cares?" See, Mark, that's what I want to know. Karen Peterson, who? That's what I want. I want you on my TMZ or my show, like Fox and Friends with Mark Kalisha and Karen Peterson. Who? Who? That's right. Welcome, everybody. Hi, I'm Ainsley. I love our troops. We're here with Mark Kalisha and Karen Peterson. Who? They don't know anything. They love to see this, though, by the way. Makes them feel good. Makes them feel like, I don't know who these people are because I'm too cool. I'm too cool. And look at this. Lolly Pilgrimship says, I want to know all of the above too. Absolutely. You see this? I want to know everything. I like the dirt. And why haven't they found this sick bastard who shot that guy in New York? What's going on with that? They were estranged, maybe. Do you think maybe there is something? I don't think this is a hitman, but he's the worst hitman there is. Walking around, how are you? Stays at a hostel, goes to a Starbucks, rides a city bike, or as we call them here, a shitty bike. You got these things all over. This is a professional? I don't understand that. He should have had somebody there that morning. If you're going to be there, he has a car. You don't go on a bike. You don't go on a bike. And by the way, you don't change clothes. You take your clothes off and you have clothes underneath. You don't change clothes. You just get rid of clothes. And you have a car, somebody right there who picks you up and you're gone. That's it. He's on a bike that can get hit by a car, a bike that's slow. Hey, who's that? He's a hitman, gets on a bike. Wait a minute. What? This isn't the way it's done. Does that make any sense? Look at this. Juanita M. Viselic says, Lionel, love your show. Very interesting what goes on in the US of A. Not really. Not really. It's absolutely not. Look at this. And get a new backpack with new straps. Do you know that? See that? This is the most important thing. Had $1 billion insurance policy. They'll be paying insurance company the paying insurance company will find him. $1 billion insurance. Interesting. Never thought about that. Where's Rick Grenell? Very good. He was a DNI guy. Don't know. See? Who cares? Right? Right, Karen? Who cares? Who? Didn't wear sunglasses. He could have worn that stupid mask the whole time. This is a time to wear a mask, and he doesn't, and he's smiling, and they don't know who he is. You know they're getting calls left and right. And the best part is Tish, I think, is the woman. She was in charge of sanitation. Eric Adams, who now loves Trump because he's dying for a pardon himself because of the fact that he's going to be looking at serious time for upgrades. But that's another story. She now is the NYPD commissioner in the biggest manhunt ever. She's walking around like saying, I don't know. I can clean up the place, but I don't know how. Any of you guys, you can't write this. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. You remember the old days? Do you remember, ladies and gentlemen, Son of Sam? You remember that? Son of Sam changed everybody's life. 77 women cut their hair because they were afraid of having, I think they dyed their hair blonde and they thought maybe like long, dark hair, and they cut their hair and they went crazy trying to find him. And they had these awful pictures. Remember the police drawings? They wonder, who is this? It's like courtroom artists. They always have the worst people. They must stick the pen up their ass to draw this like an elephant, like a child. These horrible courtroom artists are the worst. The worst. In any event, by the by, if you're ever in New York and you see one of these artists alongside Central Park South or the Museum of Art, and they have these artwork out there, they didn't draw those. Somebody else drew those. Right? Okay. Here's another question for you. If you walked up to an artist on the street, and let's say you said, you look like this, really contorted, really, I mean, let's face it, you went through it somehow really sad. And you sat down and you said, draw me. Does he draw you? And if he draws you as a caricature and he kind of undoes it or reverses the effect, would you come out normal? Talk amongst yourselves. Bradley says, will Pops pardon Orange Man? I've been telling you that. Absolutely. It would make complete and total sense. Edie Crowley says, the hitter has a beautiful smile. That's what gets me. Looks so genuine. The shoe. Oh, yes, the shoe. He has, well, some people have very, very nice smile. Albert Anastasia. Murder Incorporated. Kid Twist Relish had a hell of a head of hair. That weird, Murder Incorporated. Pittsburgh Phil Strauss. Remember him? Happy Mayon. Abandando, the Dasher. Murder Incorporated. These were people in their own right. Mad Dog Call was not exactly a looker, but that's okay. But the NYPD is like, again, they're like Israel with the Mossad. You didn't know about October the 7th? We didn't know. They're planning it. You've got moles and spooks, and I don't know. I guess we were down that day. Really? You expect us to believe that? Come on. For the love of God. Now, what's also important, let me tell you this much. If any of you folks listen to Gen Zers today, recently we had the opportunity to talk to somebody. I'm not going to say exactly who. Of course, I'm not going to say who, but it's a person who said they were wanting to do a particular job. And when this person got this particular job, this person said, well, I'm not going to go 5 days a week. I mean, this is your dream job. No way. Work and life, two completely different things. I'm not going to do that. And then you have people like Elon Musk, who's they admire him, the workaholic. Steve Jobs, who went crazy. Do you know that Steve Jobs was ready to go with something, and then the night before they were going to do something, they eliminated the particular type of glass. He wanted to make sure that the way they rolled even the headphones and the box and these people, they never worked. The old days, they worked forever. At Google, we went there a couple of times. We knew this young man who worked there. They lived there. There's pods, and they never want you to leave. You stay there. You don't have to be at your desk, but they don't want you to leave. They have massages there. They've got napping rooms. They've got food, and it looks like a food court. They don't want you to leave. But this one says, I'm not going to go work there. No way. Another thing, you ready for this? With crypto and with them being for so long out of they were kind of like came of age in the time of, the pandemic and not working and remote working and having, bailout money. And now that they're back in, credit card debt and debt obligations of the Gen Zers, it was an MSN today or yesterday, through the roof. They don't know what to do. there's nobody advising them. So listen carefully. If you know somebody like that, or you yourself are in that particular pickle, listen to this. New reports reveal that the average person has $8,674 in credit card debt. Plus, the total average consumer debt is a shocking $104,215 between mortgages, auto loans, student loans, credit cards, and unsecured loans. Unfortunately, without outside assistance, many will continue digging themselves deeper and deeper into the hole of debt. Now, I've advised and counseled friends and clients for years who want to take back control of individual debt about this secret weapon that has helped so many consolidate everything owed into one affordable monthly payment. They even helped negotiate a settlement agreement that will allow you to pay less than the total balance. Listen, they settled over $275 million in debt, and they've helped people become debt-free in an average of 28 months. I've had such an incredible experience referring clients and friends that I wanted to partner with them here and introduce their services to you, my loyal Lionel Nation family. If you want a helping hand to get out of debt, I absolutely, positively, and strenuously recommend booking a free consultation now by going to nodebtwithlionel.com. Look at the address. Once again, that's nodebtwithlionel.com. Use the link I've provided under the title. Listen to me. You can take control and learn how to get out of debt now. Now, my friends, it's funny how when we were younger, remember how we worked hard? There was this idea of working hard. For young lawyers in particular, or investment bankers working at firms, people were told, you will never, ever, ever know real life like you do now. You will never find yourself in the position of enjoying a life if you're interested in working for a big firm. I mean, they worked. You could see at any hour of the day or night these limos and car services in front of the big offices. These people had no lights, and they had no problem with it whatsoever, because this is what they wanted to do. Doctors who are residents and people who go through this incredibly arduous, these ordeals of working and not sleeping, and oh my God, it's the most incredible thing in the world. And what they did was they just said, well, that's the way it is. I want to be a doctor. Well, today, youngsters aren't saying that. Isn't that something? Their ethic is different. The way they think is different. But I think we're going to be seeing that change very, very soon. And the reason why is simply this. The president, our president, your president, all of us, he is exhibiting, by the way, a behavior of this hard work and stick-to-itiveness that we haven't seen in a long time. Now, listen, and then again, you got Elon, who was the hero to so many. He's a maniac. But yet, for some reason, under the Democrats, their realm, they've been there kind of doing nothing for a long time. They've sort of just maybe kind of taken it easy. Well, those days are over. And that's why this was so important a week ago. Our good friend says, gold is money for kings, silver is money for gentlemen and ladies, copper is money for peasants, debt is money for slaves. Oh, that's wonderful. And spandex, I want you to go out there and I want you to tell people this. I want you to go out and I want you to tell the world. People who, not everybody, got themselves into debt problems because of their own sloth-like slovenliness. Is that what you're suggesting? Do you? And there's nothing better than also telling people who are in trouble how you don't have that trouble. When you're an oncologist and you have a patient who is suffering from some type of emphysema, COPD, or lung cancer, and you announce, I've never smoked, just want you to know, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Spandex. Thank you. I've never done that. Yep, I've never. I like when people say, I don't understand how these people can get addicted to heroin. I've never done heroin. I don't understand it. Well, they have. Yeah, but I've never done that. I don't know how that is. I don't understand. By virtue of just through some luck, not out of any kind of moral strength, I don't like gambling. It's one thing, if you're investing in the investment or something, but to sit there and say, I'm what? This is the sucker. And yet there are people who go crazy over this. Because there's nothing better that people love to hear when they are themselves, when they are in trouble, when they are hurting, when they are when they're thinking that all is lost, for you to come forward and say, by the way, I don't do that. See, I'm not in debt. I don't owe anybody anything. Did you know that? Just want to let you know that. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Just thought I'd make you feel. Just want to let you know how great I am. I like that. I really do. You'd be a good counselor, too. You're hearing voices. Yeah, I don't. I've never heard voices before. Call me, I guess, kind of lucky. All right, my friends. You have a great day. Let me also thank you. You wonderful folks. Spandex, Pilgrim Media, Mark Colisha, Edie Crowley, ladies and gentlemen, Bradley Sanders, Johnny Mazza-Spaz, Nelson A., Mark Davis, attorney. Mark Davis, who basically says that he knows all of Russia, covers about 11 time zones. It's all, their country is shite. Because the whole place. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. Nelson A., thank you. Crypto Domini, thank you, our dear friend. Let me see who else is there. Linda Hazlitt. I got El Chingon, and of course, you. Don't forget to follow Mrs. L. She has an excoriating piece on the, No, they can't handle it. On the phony balonies in the child protection industry. You're going to find it interesting. All right, dear friends. Did you find out what tonight's subject was? Could you tell me what tonight's subject is? Could anybody tell me? Not just, it's okay. Go ahead. Is there a subject? Is there perhaps a program or any idea? No. Okay. Just curious. It's also good to stand up in movie theaters. Excuse me. Is everybody following this movie? Did I miss something here? I'm sorry. Did Fredo leave the window open to kill Michael? I'm sorry. All right, my friends. You have a great and a glorious day. Don't ever change. I mean that sincerely. See you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Until then, don't forget, sign up for the newsletter. Sign up for the newsletter. There's one coming out tomorrow, in the morning sometime. I don't know when. Don't want it to be too early, but it's a butte on this stupid bathroom lunacy. And for those who are interested in Smith-Mundt, Obama didn't repeal it. He just changed it. So anyway, that's the law that used to prohibit governments from sponsoring propaganda in our country. All right, dear friends, have a great and glorious night. See you tomorrow. Don't forget, the monkey's dead. Show's over. Sue you.